I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
I got the kids, they are now tuned in.
Yo, we locked in right now, Mr.
TALIAFERRO.
Mr. TALIAFERRO.
Mr. TALIAFERRO.
Mr. TALIAFERRO.
Shout out to Mr. TALIAFERRO.
You're watching Mr. TALIAFERRO TV.
Mr. TALIAFERRO TV. Here with the Triple B's, you can't do nothing but win.
All right, Mr. TALIAFERRO TV. How's everybody doing out there? So I had to be put up on game. There was some things that I didn't know, or some things I overlooked, and I apologize about that because the Pharaohs deserve the absolute best from me at all times. So there's some audio. Let me back real quick before I even bring up the audio that I heard, because it's disgusting. Some disgusting ass shit here. What has happened in the last few weeks? So Charlamagne the God in 2001 was accused of assaulting a woman at this party. All right, I've given you guys the story in totality a few times on my platform. I'm not going to do that again. Now, the reason why I resurfaced was because Star, who doesn't like Charlamagne, especially doesn't like Envy, they've had their exchange in the past. Charlamagne accuser was on Star's show that he has, and she was speaking on how she would like to bring this case back to light, and South Carolina denied that, right? The state of South Carolina, where this whatever took place, denied that. Again, Charlamagne was 22 at the time. The chick was a minor. She said she woke up without her clothes on. Now, I don't think I came to the defense of Charlamagne, but I kept it 100 with y'all. I was like, yo, if he wasn't convicted of this and he played out, then there's no way, in my mind, they're going to be able to bring this back to the forefront and find a way to convict Charlamagne in 2018. I don't think that's right either, right? Now, that was before I heard this. Again, from a legal standpoint, Charlamagne is fine, right? But let's talk about a moral thing here. Let's do the morals game. There is some audio that I heard that is absolutely disgusting. It's disgusting. And then somebody's going to be like, you only doing this because Charlamagne dissed you on the Breakfast Club. He ain't want nothing. He ain't know who the hell you... It might be some truth in that, but I think I would call this shit disgusting no matter who it is, especially when it's somebody who has a platform that gives somebody everyday donkey of the day. This is, I don't know what's the criteria to a T of what can make someone donkey of the day, but there is some audio, and I will post the link in the comment section to this audio. There is some audio of Charlamagne discussing how he had sex with a chick who was incoherent. All right. Now, for those who don't understand what that means, is it's pretty much Charlamagne saying he had sex. He said he had sex with a chick who was blacked out drunk, who didn't know where the hell she was at. Matter of fact, the chick hit him the next day and was like, yo, you sure I only had sex with you? Now, I don't know if he was talking about that specific situation. I would tend to believe he was talking about an entirely different situation. But there has to be a level of sensitivity that needs to be present for someone who had to plead out of an assault case already. I don't think you should be the guy on your podcast, the Brilliant Idiots podcast, discussing how in another situation you had sex with somebody blacked out when you were fighting a rape case. I don't think you need to be the guy. That's donkey of the day material. Again, for yourself, I would rather you go check out the audio. But there's Charlamagne essentially bragging on having sex with someone who was incoherent. You cool with that? Look, I'm sure we've all had moments when people have been a little bit more intoxicated than us. We've had moments with people. Again, maybe we were more intoxicated than a person. I'm not going to be the one to judge. But you think a person who's fighting a rape case or was fighting a rape case at one point in time in their life, I don't think you should be the guy to hop on camera and discuss how you, in another situation, had sex with a woman and she was blacked out drunk. Like I said, I'll post a link to that in the comment section below if you want to hear Charlamagne discuss essentially how he raped a woman. Like, I'm not even joking about that. Seriously, it's essentially pretty much rape. Now, I'm not judging. I just don't think he should be the guy on camera talking about that in that form. Especially when you give people donkey of the day for doing a lot less. Now, I bring up Joe Budden here. I'm an advocate fan of the Joe Budden podcast. And I do remember back, because like Joe Budden got accused of sitting on, I think he admitted this. He sat on a chick, also some sick shit, by the way. And I love Joe's podcast. But a few years ago, I think he like sat on a chick. I don't watch Love and Hip Hop and all that, but he like sat on a chick. And I remember vividly, Charlamagne had a crazy amount of jokes. A crazy amount of jokes at Joe. So just for complete transparency, I definitely don't think Charlamagne should be in a position to make jokes or have made jokes about someone else's situation when you A, pled out to raping a 15-year-old, right? And B, you in a totally different setting discussed how you had sex with somebody who was blacked out drunk. And the person didn't even know what the hell was going on. I don't think you should be the guy to be making jokes about somebody else in their situation. Like I said, we all have past. I'm not here to judge. But you do that donkey of the day segment every day, sir. And I just think it's a tad bit hypocritical for you to be that guy. Now, Joe Budden in his podcast, and Marlon and Rory on the podcast did discuss this thing in totality. And Joe Budden did acknowledge, I'm going to be honest, I know, I'm summarizing here. He said, I know Charlamagne has been rebranded. But he did say, if this stuff is true about Charlamagne and people can prove it about Charlamagne, it would be time to get him out the culture. Get him the fuck up out the paint. I'm summarizing there. You go check out the podcast to hear Joe Budden word for word. I don't want to misquote anyone. And I would agree with Joe. Not because Charlamagne made a mistake. Not that. I'm not doing that because of that. But because he was irresponsible enough with his platform to go on camera and talk about another situation when you already pled guilty or pled out, to rape in the past. You went and talked about another situation when you had sex with somebody blacked out drunk. You can't be. Hey, yo, in this era, that's foolishness. Thank y'all for the time, love, and support. I don't take it for granted. Yo, y'all talk to me a little bit. Open up about this in the comment section. So Charlamagne, again, he pled out in a rape case. I'm not saying he did. I'm not saying he didn't. He claimed he did not rape this woman, right? This 15-year-old at the time. He was 22. But on his podcast about a year ago, he talked about a situation that happened where I'm guessing it's an entirely different situation. I wouldn't think he'd be stupid enough to talk about the situation with the 15-year-old on camera when he played out, right? I don't think he'd be that dumb to do that. But he talked about a different situation when he had sex with a chick and she did not know what the hell was going on. He acknowledged that she was blacked out drunk. Listen, I know everybody got a pass, but if you did some shit like that, I don't think you should be talking about that on a podcast. Thank y'all for the time, loves, but I don't take it for granted. Salute. I'm out. All right, this is something new. I need y'all to turn the notification button on. For those who don't know what that does is, as soon as I drop a video, y'all know I drop at least 4 or 5 a day. As soon as I drop a video, this will update you and notify you immediately. Again, you become part of that notification gang that everybody has. Ferros, I need you because we need to start making these videos moments. So please turn the notification button on. You'll get my content first.